Coach, it is a perfect night here in the capital city of Atlanta, Georgia. We've got the roof open, and we are ready to go at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 14. Check 49, check 49. Watch alert.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Rush in. Look left. Watch the safety creep. Check 3. Hey, 0. Still got 4 down.
Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Hines. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
He's checking. Recon, 132 fighter. He's coming. We go. Double up. He's coming, double up. We go.
They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike Brown, 80! You better be a fight on me!
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Go. And let's pin the mirrors back.
Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Zebra. Check. Crunch. Under 10. 10. Watch the ship. Friday. Front left.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive with Peterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
56.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
57. Middle. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check Nicholas.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end fan. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hey, Charlie. Check 55. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Eagles 3, Falcons 0.
Mike, 50. Check tight. Motion. Get. Alert. Bravo. Check motion.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Adrian Peterson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes there's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Out, out. Hey, alert. Check 43. Go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Raekwon McMillan. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Check out route. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Alert. Check 4. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Good job right there. Smart that. Push left. Ball shot.
Now Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. Jamie Collins, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Washington, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
4 down. Check. 95, 14. That's it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He finds an opening past the 40. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Mecole Hardman. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. On second down, it's Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, Echo. 55 is my guy. 55. You go night-night. Some go night-night. Here we go.
On first down, Allen. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 20, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Round 80. Go, go, go. Two times.
On second down now, Pollard, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Don't get nervous.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Coming to you.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Motion.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Get that ball.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now this time, Allen will throw. Binds, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On third down, Wilson. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Taking a deep shot here. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. On first down, Wilson. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Switch.
They'll run with Pollard. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tony Pollard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Finding room at the 30. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 35. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Motion, motion, motion.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Kill, 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 kill. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 26, check 26. Middle, 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 middle. Regular, 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 regular.
Here's Allen. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now the Falcons will bring the offense back out, and they'll go for 2.
You got nothing.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On 1st down, Pollard. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And some space here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Mecole Hardman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Check 55 to Mike. Watch the block. Watch the block. Watch the block. Motion. Block. Switch.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Mike 55.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.